Hi everyone, so today I've got a number of products from Sisley, most of which I've never tried, so these are going to be first impressions, and the reason I want them to be first impressions is because I want you to see what my reaction is to make up the cost this much. So these all come to a grand total of £531 for 7 different products, which is very expensive. So I want to find out, do I think they're worth it? I test a lot of really expensive makeup here on this channel, mostly designer. So I just want to see what my reaction is to all of it, or do I think that other brands that charge less are just as good? Is there something more special? So I've actually been holding this video off because I bought all of these products months ago. So I'm really excited to finally get stuck into these and find out just if they were worth the big spend. So I can't wait to find out. And if you're new here, hi, my name's Hannah. I'm 48. I'm not a professional. I'm just somebody who loves makeup and beauty. And here on my channel, I show you new releases, favorite looks, and give you any beauty news you might be interested in. If you think you'd enjoy that, please do subscribe to my channel. It is super, super helpful. If you already subscribed, welcome back. I appreciate you being here so much. And my skin tone for matching up today, I've got Fair to Light Skin with neutral / cool, more cool undertones, and I've got blue eyes. I've also got combination skin with a slightly oily T-zone, which is relevant seeing as we are trying on the foundation from Sisley. Anyway, let's get straight into this video. So firstly, I just want to let you know that I didn't pay full price for anything in this video. That's one of the reasons it takes a while to get all these products together, because they are so expensive. And I actually found nearly all of these on a different website. I think it's called Origins or Origins. It's a French website, I believe, and they have some really good deals. So I have linked below every item with a link that I managed to get from there. I've also put a link for the Sisley website, because some of these I also picked up and added to this, so I wasn't actually going to do them in this video, but I added them over Christmas when they had Christmas sales. I think it was Christmas or January sales, but anyway, I picked up a few extras to add to this video. So every single item in this video I did not pay full price for. So my recommendation to you is, if you like this brand and you don't need the product instantly for any reason, I would wait and do that. So if you just put the product into Google and search, you might find, if you're not in the UK, you might find other websites, because I know Origins don't ship to the US, for instance, but I think they're shipping to Europe and UK. But there are other websites, so you can just put the item you're looking for and see what the best price is and just go through them. That is honestly the best way. And these seem to go on sale quite often, so I highly recommend doing that. But the first product I'm going to look at is the foundation. So this isn't a first impression. Most of this is, but this one isn't. And I've used this a number of times last year. I know I really liked it, but I can't actually remember it that well, because I've actually had these products set aside since September in a little drawer, and I've kept putting this off because I just haven't had time. That it's been so busy with new releases, I've never got round to doing this. So this is coming to you months and months and months after I actually planned it. But then the Christmas sales were quite useful because I managed to add to it, so I can't complain. So I'm going to start with the PHYTO-TEINT Perfection, and I've got this in the shade 0N Dawn. This is £80, and when I first bought this I paid £58 for this, so there's an idea of the sort of savings you can make when you shop around. So I'm going to show you what 2 small pumps, actually, that's 2 small pumps of it there. So it's not a super thick foundation, but nevertheless I am going to apply it with a sponge, purely because my winter skin seems to be so much happier at the moment if I apply with a sponge. So I'm going to stick with what's making my skin happy. So I've got my beauty blender here, but I'm pretty certain last year I was using my foundation brush quite successfully with this. So I've got my Bobbi Brown face base. Now I've stopped buying shades that are so yellow and neutral and switching to cools, but obviously when I got this I was still in my neutral phase. This year I'm trying cool. So it might look a little bit warm on me, but I don't remember it looking too terrible once it had all calmed down. It seems to be applying quite well with the sponge. Obviously I'm going to get a slightly lighter application like this, but when it's this time of year I am more prone to dry skin and things caking and emphasizing dry areas, so I'm This is definitely better for me. Gosh, it does look quite yellow now. I don't remember it looking that yellow. I'm so used to using the cooler toned foundations lately that this feels very yellow. Anyway, let's just keep going. I definitely don't want to put too much of this. I'm going to try and stick to those 2 pumps if I can. I've nearly used up everything off the back of my hand though. Even though 1 pump of this is minimal, it doesn't come out a lot. Well, it didn't just now anyway. So this is a mattifying foundation which claims to be completely transfer proof, and it promises a high coverage. So I would say I'm getting about medium at the moment, but I'm using a sponge, so I do think if you used a brush and you really built this up, you could probably get full. This is just the sort of level I like. I think I'm just about getting away with this at this time of year. It doesn't feel as hydrating as the products I've been using recently, but then it is a mattifying finish, so I wouldn't expect it to be quite as hydrating. But yeah, I do like it. Do I like it more than ones I've paid less for? Probably not, in all honesty, but I do like it. It is nice, but there are ones out there that I've paid less for that I prefer. I don't prefer it to the Tom Ford, which costs double. So that's not very helpful, is it? I think the Tom Ford architecture might be better than this, but this one does look very nice. It is a bad time to test it really when my skin's so fussy with matte foundations. But anyway, I don't have a concealer from this brand, so what I'm going to do is go off camera and I'm going to do concealer and contour, set underneath the eyes, set the T-zone, and then move to the next product, which will be a first impression. And I've got the Blur Expert 1 Beige, which I'm going to use, I think it's more of a sort of finishing powder, but I'm going to use it instead of a setting powder just to see how well it perfects everything. So I'll be back when I've done all that. So I've gone in with concealer, contour, and just added a little bit of bronzing powder to the tops of, to the sort of crease area here of my eyes. And I've got to be honest, I don't feel like my skin needs to be set that much. It feels very dry. I think it's definitely showing that foundations like this do not work so well for me at this time of year. So if you've got very dry skin, I don't think this is the best thing to use at this time of year. But if you had oily skin, then it probably would. But maybe for you, this time of year isn't such a bad problem when it comes to being very dry, which is certainly what happens to me, and I get a lot more caking areas here. Even though I've got an oily T-zone, this is where I tend to get peeling off drying skin a lot as well. And I think these are my problem areas, and they get so much worse in winter, and that's where this foundation just doesn't look too good and doesn't feel at all hydrating. So I don't really feel I need a lot of powder, but I obviously want to show you this because it's part of this review, and I do want to see how it sits. So let's first of all look at the packaging. So we've got a nice mirror here, and we've got this Sisley logo in there, which is very pretty. And the description on this one, this costs £83, and for this you get 11 grams. So if I was going to compare that to, say, my YSL finishing powder, which I've got sitting here, that's got 7.5 grams actually. So looks can be deceiving. 11 grams, so it's actually got more product, so it's actually got quite a lot, so that's good. But this cost 83, but I only paid £46.50. I got this one from the Notino website here in the UK. And it says that this is a light matte HD complex, which ensures an equally matte and ultra luminous finish, enriched with an ultra pure flawless mica and an ultra smoothing high-tech powder, allowing for excellent light reflection for a very natural, perfect skin result. It says that it's transparent and ultra light and will create an enhancing veil for a second skin effect with a very natural result and no powdery finish, so that's very important. So it says to use a large brush to apply all over the face. So I could go with a really big fluffy brush, or I could go with my foundation brush. Which shall I go with? When I say foundation, sorry, I meant my foundation powder. I like to use this one from BK Beauty, which is 105. I use this for foundation powders, but it might not quite be fluffy enough for this. I've got my Cheeque powder brush, so you don't get much better than that. I think I'll go with that. It's not massively fluffy, but it is fluffy and it is for powders. So I'm going to just buff this gently. I'll do it on one side to see if I can see a difference compared with the other side. I can't detect any sort of fragrance. So this is not something I've seen or heard of before. So if you've used this, or if you have it in your collection and you get on well or don't get on well with it, I would love to hear your thoughts. I usually apply a setting powder at this stage with a puff, but there's no way I want to use setting powder and this because it would just be so drying. So it does say this can go straight on top of foundation. It also says you can use it when you're wearing nothing and just use it to enhance your skin. So this should blur and smooth and make everything look more natural. Well, it's certainly given me a little bit of a glow. I can't see a massive difference at the moment, if I'm going to be honest. What do you think? Can you see it? So this side with none, and this side with. I can see it. I can see a little bit of the colour as well. It's given me a bit of colour, I think, hasn't it? I do like the way it looks. It's hard to even describe what it's doing. I don't think it's changed the appearance of my texture or pores in any way, so I don't think it's helping there, because this is where I've got the most texture, and it looks exactly the same where I hadn't put it. I like it, but I'm almost like, what's it doing? Is it just giving me a bit of colour and a little bit of a glow? Is it going to take down the shine on my forehead? Not really. I've got a bit of a shine anyway. I think the spotlights just exaggerate that because I'm not wearing any shiny products, but maybe this is giving me a shine. Maybe that's what it is. I think I look more shiny than before, not less. It certainly doesn't look powdery or very makeup-y. I think that's for sure. I'm just not massively certain what it's doing. Shall I apply it with a puff so I get more product and see what happens? I don't know if it'll get too heavy then, because it is quite, it's quite a bit of colour. Like when I see it on the back of my hand, it's almost like a foundation. But anyway, let me just pat it on this side. Still not really showing up and doing an awful lot. I just think it's adding a bit of colour, and that is really it. It's giving my skin a bit of warmth. I'm going to leave it there because it's too much powder otherwise. So do I think that was worth the £80? Not that I paid that much. I just don't know what it did. I still feel a bit tacky, so it's not taken away the tacky feeling. It certainly doesn't get rid of any shine. In fact, it might have even given me a bit of a shine. Well, maybe not. Maybe it's improving the shine as I do that. I need to stop because I'm actually getting too much colour now, and then it really does look like I'm wearing a lot of makeup, which was not the purpose. So yeah, I'll stop there. I do have here my bronzer, which is not from Sisley. This is the What's Up Beauty one. So I'm just going to put a little bit of this on my forehead because it's cool toned, and I feel like this is a bit warm on me. In fact, I really don't like that yellow on the forehead I've got from that powder. In fact, I don't like that powder at all. So, I can't see me using that at all, you know. So this bronzer shade I'm just patting on now is the same one I've got in the crease of my eyes. I look yellow, don't I, from this powder? Anyway. We'll just have to ignore that, but really not enjoying that, you can probably tell. So let's move on to the blush, which is probably the one I'm most excited about trying. And the blush is probably the reason this video is even happening, because I saw this on a couple of videos on YouTube last year from a few creators, including Nikki LaRose, and she raved about this, and I love Nikki LaRose. So I thought I need to give this a go, and it is just gorgeous. And when I looked it up, it was on offer. So just look at the absolute beauty. So this is the packaging, and then we have a nice mirror, but look at this. So this one is in the shade 2 Rose. and I've picked up the other one. I actually got this one after. I waited for this one to be on offer, and this one is in the shade 3 Coral. Aren't they gorgeous? There's a bit of sparkle in these ones. And it says that these will brighten the skin and give you a healthy glow. They have lily extract, which leaves your skin beautifully soft, optically smoothing your skin and evening out the tone. And I believe there is one more shade you can get in this one. So anyway, I'm going to take my Refa brush, the holiday release, and let's see how much I get on the brush. I want to go really around it because I want to pick up all the colours, the sparkle and every shade of pink. So that's how my brush is looking. So I'm tapping that off. I'm just going to pat on to see if it's too much. No, it's not. Oh, that does look pretty. Well, firstly, it goes on extremely well. You can see I've hardly done anything and there's no blending involved. It's gone straight into my skin. So it sits very nicely on that powder that I don't like. And it has given me an instant glow. It's got particles in this, these sort of little particles here, which are almost like highlighter. So it's like a built-in highlighter really, so it's like a glowy blush. Well, that is really pretty. I will take a bit more, put some maybe on the top of my cheek, connect it with the eye and take it round a bit. Oh, that is lovely. That just goes on so beautifully. You definitely do not need a highlighter, it's just a natural glow that's just fused in there. Well, that is beautiful. Look at that. Worth the wait. Definitely going to be used again by me. So I've hit something I really love, so that's good. So let's just look at the price of these. So these blushes are a whopping £95 each. And how much do you get? You get 15 grams actually, that's quite a lot. I think that's quite deceptive. When I look at maybe, I've got a NARS blush sitting on my desk here. How much do you get in one of these? You get 4.8 grams in a NARS blush. And this one has got 15. So that's a good reason for it to be expensive, isn't it? Because it's 3 times the size of the NARS blush. If I show you the NARS blush, you wouldn't think that, would you? 3 times the size. So if I bought 3 of these, it would cost more than one of these. I think these are about, say, 35, are they? I can't remember exactly, but certainly 3 of these would be either equal to this or the same, and you get in the beautiful packaging and the beautiful embossing. So maybe it's not as overpriced as I thought, you know. I'm quite surprised at that weight. So I'm just going to clean the brush off. I want to use exactly the same brush. It's my favourite brush for applying blusher. And let's try the Coral next. So this one looks a lot lighter. You can really see the difference. And it's got this gold flack in it. So coral and gold. So this is probably not going to suit me quite as well as the pink, but I do love these colours. So let's see. Yeah, definitely going on lighter so far, but then it's surprising how you just keep buffing without getting more and it just seems to develop. So don't rush into the pan if you try this. Look how that's just developed. It's clearly the brush was holding it and gradually dispersing it. This really is a very clever brush. I love it. Oh, that is beautiful. I still think it suits me being a coral. I think this is definitely something more of a summer shade, whereas the pink, I don't know, it's very summery and spring-like, but it could be any time of year. I love the pink one. I think I prefer the pink. Very much would depend on the look I'm going for. I love them both actually. I love a glowy blush and these are so beautiful. And the embossing is really thick, so I can imagine it lasting quite a while, which is really nice. Let's just take this up a little bit, bring it to meet the eye a bit. Oh, that's beautiful. That is so soft, so easy to apply. Just so smooth, slightly over applied now I'd say. I will go in with a finishing powder to slightly bring that down, but before I do, just look again at the slightly over applied effect of both the pink and the coral. Aren't they beautiful? And I paid £54.23 for these. So do I think they were worth that? Well, for the quantity I'm getting, paying £50 with the sort of rates these days on blushes, very good. I do think 95 is a lot for a blush, even though you're getting 15 grams. I'd prefer it if it was a bit smaller, even though it's gorgeous, but maybe just make it a bit smaller, a bit less quantity anyway. Maybe keep the pan this big, but maybe not quite as deep. And then bring the price down a tad. But it is absolutely stunning. Plus it's giving me highlight and blush in one, so you could argue it's two products in one. They are stunning and they are definitely getting used again. Absolutely love them. I'm really, really glad I bought these ones. So now on to eye products. So something I added to my Christmas savings shop was this liquid one, which I'm not actually going to use today because I do want to stick to one look with the bronzer in the eye, but I do want to still show you this one. So this isn't included in my total. To let you know what this costs, this is £44 and I got mine for £25.50 from Notino. And this is in the shade Coral. This is the Ombre Eclat Liquide and it just looks so pretty. And I think with that blush, this could be really, really, really nice. And honestly, it's so smooth as well. I can't wait to try this one. So here is how it looks. It's got a lovely shimmer. And there it is blended out, so you can really sheer it out or build it up to have more colour. So very, very pretty, but I'm not going to use that today because I want to stick to one thing all over the eyes. So, and this is another thing I've heard a lot about and I wanted to try, and this is their powder formula, the single shadows. Oops, it's coming with this little brush here. So these are in Beige formula and they are supposed to be fabulous, which is why I had to try it. And the shade I've picked up is 14 Sparkling Topaz. So you get 1.5 grams in here. This is made in Italy. The blushes were also made in Italy, by the way, I should have mentioned. And the price on this is £44 and I paid £32.50. It was the Black Friday sales I got my discount in. I've just seen I've written it down, so it wasn't Christmas or January, it was the Black Friday sales. So yeah, I got this direct from Sisley for £35.20, so a reasonable saving there. And these are called the Phyto Ombres. There's a number of shades and it's saying on the website they've got new shades, so it might be worth checking that out when there's a sale on. But look at this formula. Look at that. Reminds me of the Chantecaille, which are also Beige, I think. Isn't that beautiful? So I'm going to start by, let me think what brush I want to use. I'm actually going to lay a little bit of this in the crease and then take it all over the lid. So I'm going to use my Wayne Goss number 6 and take a little bit of this. I want to see this above my crease if I can. A little bit. So I've got that bit of bronzer. I'm hoping with it being Beige and such a beautiful formula, it will still work in the crease area because I want this to be a complete one and done and add nothing else, which very rarely happens with me. I end up adding and adding. But if it's good enough and it works well, then I won't have to. So that's laid down very quickly and very nicely into the crease there, look. And it's blending out beautifully. Isn't that beautiful? I'm going to take my finger now because that's where you get the most impact I find with Beige formulas. And then put this over the lid. Oh, that is stunning. I love it. I'll take some on my little finger so I can get into the inner corner of the eye. And then just go in with a fluffy brush and just blend it out into that bronzer a bit more. That is absolutely it. I think I'll take some underneath as well, but that is stunning. That really is. Definitely worth picking up a few more of these, I think. I'm actually going to use my number, what number are you? Number 10 brush here from the Caroline Barnes collection. This is a pencil brush. Look at the tip on it, isn't it excellent? This comes from a 12-piece collection. I'm going to run this now underneath. So I'm wondering, That's really showing up nicely. If I can actually skip any sort of liner, I was thinking this is calling out for a dark liner or a brown liner, but I'm wondering if I can actually skip it, because then it's showing really how good this is, because it's doing everything. You can see by using a brush like this I'd get a bit more pigment as well. So maybe I could use this brush to just go along the lash line and just have a little bit more depth there. Oh yeah, that really works. I'm going to be skipping liner as well. I'll just go in with mascara. Fabulous, isn't that beautiful? I'll just do the other eye and come back with mascara on. So I've just gone in with a little bit of black mascara, and I've also dipped into my well-loved Tom Ford Black Diamond, where I always use this sort of pinky pale shade here, this matte one, just for the inner corner and under the brow. But that's all I've done. I've changed nothing else. I'm completely keeping it as it is, and I really, really, really like it. It's extremely rare for me to like a one and done, and I like this a lot. In fact, I really want to go back for more because it was so easy and it's just so pretty. I love it. There's no fallout as well. It's so smooth. It applies so evenly. It's definitely not a formula that exaggerates lines in particular. It's very mature skin friendly. I didn't show you the packaging, I don't think. Did I? I can't remember. But anyway, I just wanted to point out that there's a nice mirror in here which stands up. So that's quite good for a single eyeshadow. And it's got this embossing on as well. So nice packaging, beautiful formula. I'm going to wait for the next sale and definitely try another shade in these. That is beautiful. And now I'm going to finish with the lips. So there's two things I want to show you. I have actually uploaded a shorts reel recently trying on a new lipstick from Sisley, which I did really, really love. I'll show you it, but I'm not going to try it on. So you can look out for that in my shorts reels. This is the new Phyto Rouge Velvet, and this is how the case looks. And this is beautiful. It's a lovely formula and it's a beautiful shade. I've got shade 20, which is called Rose Sweet. So I'll just show you what that looks like. It's a really, really smooth, creamy formula. So I already know I love that one. That's the new product I bought very recently, and I paid full price for that because that was a recent launch. I think it was around £50, and I'm only buying one. If I want to get another one, I have to wait until there's a sale. But the next two products I'm going to show you I did pick up in a sale. So I've actually picked up another one. I added to this with the Black Friday sale because obviously I'm not going to put both on. But I want to show you both of them anyway because these are just so good, and I have played with this. This is the only lip product out of the two. I got the lipstick originally and just one pen. I didn't try the lipstick, but I did try this, and I kept going back and trying it because I love it. So this is the Phyto Lip Twist, and this is £42, but I got mine for £24.90. These sales are very good, aren't they? That was Notino. So the shades I've got are Nut and Baby, and I think I won't be trying on today. Baby, I'm not sure yet because I am actually going to take it off and do the lipstick at the end. Let me just decide. And 15 is Nut. So I'll just swatch that for you as well. I love them. It's Nut, the one I really loved. I think I'll show you Nut because I know as soon as I put it on I just loved it. So they are so creamy. They are ones you don't need to sharpen. They go up here, so I quite like that. I like the packaging as well. So you can line and then apply all over the lip. So there it is, just lined. It goes on so quickly and easily. I just love this shade, it's so pretty. And now I'm going to take it all over. Oh, isn't that a beautiful shade? I just love it. I love it. Do you like it? And the colour lasts quite a long time and it's super hydrating, it really is. I don't know if I've got any information here. Yeah, there's 27 shades. The intensity of a lipstick combined with a balm-like sensation in an exceptional skincare formula, it says. Completely agree, because it looks like a lipstick but it feels so hydrating. And it's so easy the way you can line and fill your lips. I love it, and I can't wait to try the pink one. But I'm going to take this off and finish with the lipstick, I think. So I can't even remember what I bought in the lipstick. So the shade I've got is Beige Barley. Comes with this lovely sleeve. And this is the Phyto-ROUGE. So the one I've just bought recently, which came in the black case, is the Phyto-ROUGE Velvet. So this is the older one, Le Phyto-ROUGE. This is number 12, Beige Barley. And these are £42 and I paid £27.71. If I compare it to the Rouge Velvet, if you're interested, because they're very similar, just this one is a bit more chunky. So there's the Rouge Velvet here, the new one. And here is the Phyto-ROUGE. They are beautiful packaging, aren't they? But this one's definitely more chunky and has this sort of wide bottom. So let's have a look. So there's the shade. It's quite similar to the shade I'm wearing now, so look at the shape on that. That's really strange. That is not the shape of the lip in the Rouge Velvet. It's just a standard bullet shape. That is a really strange shape. So I don't know how I'll get on with that. Maybe I'll use it to line first, or certainly finish to line. Isn't that strange? So let me just take this off. Do you know what, when I read you the description of the pencil, I was actually reading you the description of the lipstick, which said 27 shades intensity of a lipstick combined with a balm with skincare. So this is the one that has that, but that was exactly how I felt about this one. I'll just see if I can get more information on because it is actually called a lip balm, the pencil I've just tried on. Yeah, so these are described as tinted balms. So that's why it was so very hydrating. So it says that it will moisturize, which is what you'd expect. And it contains lots of nice ingredients like phytosqualane and camiferoline, which whatever that is. I know about the squalane one, but I don't know about the others. But anyway, so this one is supposed to be moisturizing as well. So let's see. Oh, that's definitely more orangey, isn't it? I was definitely thinking summer vibes when I got this. Maybe to go with that coral. I'm not sure about the shape on this. I suppose can I use the edge to line? It's a bit odd. I would rather go in with my brush now to finish. Yeah, now that I've rubbed that in and it's not quite as bright, I feel like the colour is quite nice actually, even though I'm not sure it goes so well with this. I think the last one, which was slightly warm and corally as well, but not quite as much, I think that colour worked better with this look. But anyway, the formula it actually feels more hydrating than the balm, if that's possible. But I think it does, you know. It's very hydrating. That's a very, very, very nice formula. Yeah, I really like that. And I've just checked on the Notino site and you can still get these for 27 in every shade that they've got on the site, and they've got quite a lot, so definitely worth checking them out. Like I said, I've put the links below for any of these if you want to find them. Maybe they're all still reduced, which would be really good. I don't know if everything I'm showing you is available, to be honest, because it's been, like I said, months since I put this together. But because I don't know about this, I do like this colour. Do you know, I'm just going to try the pink. Let's finish with the pink. I just can't resist because I love that pencil one. So I'm going in with number 2. They are just so easy to apply. But this colour doesn't work with this look, does it? I don't think so. I love the colour though. I think it works nicely with this blush shade, but maybe not the eye look. So I'm going to take it off again and finish with my favourite. So I've got 15 Nut back on. I just love it. This is going to be very, very well used. I'm so glad I've done this video because I can now put all of these on my desk, the things I want to reuse. So that is my final look with everything I've picked up, my £531 worth. But keep in mind that was just one of those lip pencils, and the liquid eyeshadow I didn't try on, so that's also not included in the full total there. But there we go. What do you think? I love it. What I don't love though is the way the foundation is sitting on me. So for me, I don't remember it being a problem last year. I think this problem is definitely related to time of year. So I think if you've got dry skin, keep that in mind with the foundation. Maybe use it when you have less dry skin issues, because I'm definitely seeing caking and collecting around there. I don't love it at all. And the other product I definitely didn't love was this powder, which I've got it in shade 1, which I presume is the lightest. Oh, do you know what? I've just checked on the website and there's a 0 light. And then there's number 1, which is beige medium. And I've picked up beige medium. So that's why it was too dark on me. So that's actually my mistake, because that's the thing I disliked about it the most, the way I can see sort of orange on my forehead. Oh dear, that's my mistake. So this would have looked a lot better if I'd picked the right shade. But I still didn't feel like it did anything specific. I couldn't see it really changing my pores or texture and making much difference. And it didn't take down shine, it almost gave me a bit of shine, which I'm not upset about, because the foundation is so mattifying. But again, it's just not what it's just not what I was hoping for. So yeah, I just wasn't that impressed with that. But everything else, this eyeshadow, 10 out of 10 plus more. Absolutely gorgeous. I definitely want more. Both the blushes applied beautifully. They give you a lovely healthy glow and they look stunning. So easy to apply. The packaging is stunning. The embossing is stunning. I love them, and I particularly love the pink. And the lip products, well, if you know my favourite, it's these pencils. I adore them. I did think that this lipstick was a bit odd, to be honest. I don't like the shape of it. I quite like the colour once I'd sort of blotted it down and calmed it down a bit so it wasn't looking quite as orangey. I like the formula a lot. I just don't like the shape of the bullet. But I love the one I've got recently, the Rouge Velvet, the Phyto Rouge Velvet. So if you can pick any of those up at a discount, I definitely recommend that. It's very, very nice. But certainly the winning lip product for me is this one in the shade Nut. Even though that pink one was beautiful as well, which was shade 2. But yeah, I would happily get more of these. So I think I'm going to wait for the next big sale like Black Friday or something, and possibly pick up a few more shades of this one in particular and a couple of these, because look at it. Love it. So there we go. Is it worth the price tag? Well, obviously not, because you can get it nearly half price if you shop around. So that's what you should do. But it is very, very nice luxury makeup. It really is. So like when you're trying things like Hermes, for instance, I mean, for me, the knockout product from Hermes was their highlighter. So I can't really compare it to that. But when I think of the wow factor of this blush compared with the Hermes highlighter, I think they've got similar wow factors. The formulas are both stunning. So it probably is worth the price tag when you can get it reduced, because I think they are crazy prices, in all honesty. But I'm looking on the Notino site and it was the same price, at the same price I paid, so hopefully you can get most of them still reduced. But I would definitely encourage you to look into the brand, because they are beautiful and something special, something really special, because the packaging is stunning, embossing stunning, the finish on most of these products is stunning. So yeah, I would love to hear your thoughts. Have you got any Sisley favourites, or are you not a fan, or have you just never wanted to try it? Whatever your thoughts are, I would absolutely love to hear them. And if you've enjoyed this, please do hit the like button, and if you're not subscribed, I would love it if you did subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future videos from me. And if you're already subscribed, you're at the end of another video, and I really do appreciate you being here. I really, really do. And I do hope to see you all again for my next video. Take care, everybody. Bye.